in advertising. Got a tweet here from Adam Johnson. It says, at Bert Hansen at Tuck on Sports. If I came, would I have any reasonable chance of getting on? Any 5-10 or 10-20 feeders? We actually have 3 5-10 games in the house, so come on down.
3 5-10s?
3 5-10s right now.
3,000 behind two.
Well, we've got 2 5-10 no limits and a 5-10 PLO.
No, we have 3 5-10 no limits now.
Seat number 2.
I would bet $20 against that.
Okay, done.
75.
Alan?
Alan, find out how many 5-10s
I know there
are.
is.
5-10 Hold'em games, not PLO.
No,
Hold'em.
5-10 no limit, hold them.
Time.
And you're including this one, dude.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I am playing this one.
Cool, I just won $20. Yes.
Alan,
I just watched. I just watched.
All right.
I just watched Trish playing 5-10, no limit. Mike, Corporation Mike, is playing 5-10. Woo!
Now, AB raised it up here with 10s. Now, Salzburg in seat 7 with 7-8 of diamonds. Pretty good flop, backdoor flush draw, open-ended. AB with the overpair obviously is going to bet out. This could be interesting here. The pot's 305.
This is one of AB's weaknesses. I do believe that sometimes he overvalues like a top pair or overpair type hands, and he might have trouble getting away from a hand like this. Now, if a 10 were to come off, obviously that would be a real cooler. But even if a 5 comes off, I wonder if AB can get away from this hand. Let's see. Obviously, Matt is never going to fold, Salzburg, that is. AB's got about $1,800. That's the effective stack.
Yeah, and it's not like a great draw in the sense he doesn't have overcards or anything like that. He's just open-ended.
Jamie Gold not going to call it the gut shot.
Matt Hayes out of there as well. Wow, a 10 would be, you know, how about a black 10 here on the turn?
I just don't know. I was wondering. I don't know if AB can get.
Black 10!
How do you know this?
Oh
stuff?
my
It's
God!
Oh, and look, wait, there it is. There's the discerning, like, oh, I've got the nuts look.
Now,
how do I
deep
look
is
weak?
Salzburg's got 1,500. AB's got 1,800. I think it's going in right here. I mean, there's no reason why either player really should check. It will probably go bet raise, and they'll probably get it in here.
Hey, can we get a close-up of AB?
He looks like pained, Dave.
Yeah, this is his. I have the nuts look.
Oh, okay.
This is the same look he gave you when he had flopped a set of aces.
Well, he's going to bet 500 here, so it's about a half pot. There's really just no reason for, I don't think there's any reason for Matt Salzburg to call, because once he calls, the pot's 2,000. If he raises all in, you know, AB's going to have basically 3-1. I guess you could sometimes make a case where you could call if the guy's going to bet fold the turn, but I think once AB bets this amount, he's never folding.
I mean, the only thing is, I mean, you don't want a heart to come off and kill your action.
Yeah, you also don't want like a one-liner.
Yeah, I mean, if a 7, an 8, or a heart were to come off, or let's say AB actually had queens here or kings here, and if an ace were to fall off, those are all cards that could actually theoretically kill your action, and you don't want to let that happen. I mean, I would anticipate at least a raise, and depending on whether it really depends on how deep you are, whether you want to go all in or not. But I would definitely raise this to at least say, you know, 1,400. It turns out that that's enough to basically shove all in.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean, Matt only has 1,600 here, so I mean, I really think the raise is basically an all-in. And obviously, AB has outs here, and he's never going to fold.
No, you can see the equity. I mean, AB is going to win this pot 1 out of 4 times.
Well, AB actually only has 1,300. So the effective stacks are only, I mean, once you call the 5, there's only 1,300 left.
No, there's no way he's going to fold.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about a pot that's going to be over $3,000, 1,300 to call. He's not going to fold.
Yeah.
You know, there's just too many times that your opponent could theoretically have 2 pair here, could have an underset.
I mean, the only
your opponent doesn't have to have 7-8.
The only times where you would ever consider flatting this is if you think you're up against a good enough player that's capable of bet folding. You know, maybe if you're up against like a guy like Jeremy who you think could fold. But the thing is, if you're up against a guy like Jeremy, you should be raising this turn as a bluff then if he's going to fold. And here comes
and then
the raise.
if you're going to do that, then you've got to balance your range and occasionally do it when you have the nuts also. So, and there it is.
He actually raised it to 600 in an all-in. The pot's 4,000. They're asking if they're going to run it.
Yeah, a little bit of cooler there. AB does have outs. Needs a deuce, a 9, a 6, or a 10 on the river. That's not going to do it for him.
And that's it. I just wonder, like, if AB has, say, pocket aces there, pocket kings, pocket queens, does he bet the same amount and does he call the raise?
I don't know if he gets away from it. I was about to say, I said before it happened, I said if a 5 comes off, if a black 5 comes off and it's not a heart, I don't know if he sees it. And I think he might bet 400 or 500 still. He actually might even bet more because he wants to protect his hand, quote unquote. And I don't know if he's getting away from it.
And the other thing is obviously in his case with pocket 10s, you can never fold there. Because especially against guys that maybe are tournament players, they will have sets there some of the time. Now, it's
No,
different
yeah,
if you've
no,
got like
no.
kings or aces.
Definitely, because
but
you got to think about it. Okay, even if your opponent has the nuts, you're going to win 1 out of 4 times. So you do it. It's a math problem. But you start looking at it. Let's say he has 7, 8, 50% of the time. But the other 50% of the time, he has an underset or 2 pair, where basically he's drawing dead. So 50% of the time, you're going to almost always win the pot. And then 50% of the time, you're still going to win it 1/4 of the time. You know, based on what's in the pot, it's such an easy call. It's ridiculous.